Hey everyone, Mike McClelland here to talk basic worm hooks with you. You know, last year I teamed up with Gamakatsu to come out with this new Finesse hybrid worm hook that's, it's nano coated, it's super slick, it's tournament grade wire. And the reason for this is over the years, the years that I've fished tournaments, I've been doing it 25, 30 years now. And, the evolution of hooks really hasn't come along. I mean, we've either had offset round or we've had EWG hooks for the last 15 years. And the thing that I kept looking at, with different bait rigging techniques, was that I just really never had a hook that completely fit a bait the way that I wanted it to. When you take a look at, an offset round Gamakatsu hook, there's definitely certain procedures and certain rigging features that hook does well. Then you've got the EWG that does other things well. But I wanted a hook that kind of combined the best of both worlds. The one thing with an EWG that I always fought is when you rigged a plastic bait that you were fishing slow on the bottom, when you rig that bait and you're actually dragging that bait along the bottom, whether it be a Carolina rig or your Texas rigging, with that hook and that bite, that bait's going to lay over on the bottom. So it's not a real natural presentation because it's got such a wide bite. It rigs nice and flat, but it just doesn't allow you to fish that bait slow on the bottom. Well, then you take the offset round, and I mean, it's got a great bite, it's got a great procedure, for rigging, but when you try to rig the bait, you kind of come up with an unnatural bend in it due to the fact that when you try to rig it, you can't rig the bait completely flat. It's always at more of an angle on the hook. So, got together with Gamakatsu, and we came up with this new hybrid worm hook. And it's basically the best of both worlds. You're kind of a cross between an offset round and an EWG style hook that'll rig super flat no matter what kind of bait you put it on. Generally when I'm rigging it, I want to take it in just about an 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. You've got this little Z bend or this little offset bend right here behind the eye of the hook. So you run your bait up over that bend, and that bend actually helps hold that bait in place. It's not going to slide back down over the shaft of the hook. And then when I rig that bait, I want to make sure that hook's laying directly flat. So I'm going to come through the back of the bait. I'm going to come all the way through, and as you can see, that bait sits perfectly flat. And then I'm going to just go back in and just barely skin hook the tip. So I've got a bait that's going to rig completely flat, come through the water a lot more natural. And it's been one of those hooks that the hookup ratio for me, whether I'm Carolina rigging, whether I'm flipping 20-pound shooter fluorocarbon, doing so many different things, my hookup percentage and loss rate has been unbelievable with this new Gamakatsu Finesse hybrid worm hook.